Hello everyone, Dark Shadow here, and today is a special day. And you're awfully asking, why is he here? What's going on here? Where is Bones? Well, to answer all your questions, for starters, Bones is out partying because today is Halloween. And you know what that means? A special Halloween reveal. And today I will be reviewing it's none other than Night of the Demons. So eventually this movie came out in October in the late 80s, I think. Yeah, it came out in the late 80s. So that means closer to Halloween. Most likely, Night of the Demons is actually a very horror cult classic. It's not really big or huge, or really kind of a successful horror film, and yet it was directed by Kevin S. Kennedy, and it was written and produced by Joe Augustine. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Why is it so hard to pronounce people's last names? I don't understand. Why can they have normal last names? And also the stars of this film, Amelia Kincaid, Kathy Powell, and lastly, Lena Quilji. So this movie is actually about a group of teens, which they do not look like teenagers at all. They look like adults, like about in their mid or late 20s, early 30s, somewhere. Hollywood cannot even do it right. Why can't they just have teenagers, like real life teenagers, not adults playing as teenagers? It doesn't even make sense. But nowadays, in generations, now we kind of seen teenagers be as real life teenagers, either in TV series or in movies. But back then, they never hired an actual teenager. What was up with them lately? Lena Quillish, I hate to say this, but she looks like she's in her late 20s and early 30s. She's got a hot body. I'm not gonna show. I'm sorry, guys. But for however Amelia Kincaid playing as Angela, she's very pretty and she is really a great dancer. And even so in the cover of the movie poster that she was supposed to be the main demon villain. And the two protagonists, the heroes in this film, are Julie dressing up as Alice in Wonderland and Roger the Pirate. So these kids go to a party which is taking place at Hull House. The only concentrating are only the kids. And we have, of course, Julie's family and the obnoxious brother. We even see this old guy who deliberately hates Halloween. He has a few tricks up his sleeve, which he wants to put razor blades on the apple. Hey, that was my idea. He stole that from me. So now everyone was enjoying the party, having the roll of their lifetime, dancing, listening to rock and roll music, right until the music goes down and the lights went off as well. But right until they find it's a big ass mirror and they want to play a game, which is seeing their afterlives, and it was working just for a moment or two. But after a while, we discover it's this strange demon creature. Kind of looks like a horrifying, disforming deer looking. He kind of does look like a deer monster to me. This girl just see is a person just fell down and possibly dead. It did look like her, and honestly, it was probably a foreseeing future of what will happen to her. But you know what that means. The party has just begun. So now the demon is finally unleashed, and now he possessed it is Suzanne, and she was the first one to turn into one of those demons. I thought for certain it wouldn't go to Angela instead of Suzanne, because Angela, she always studies on is witchcraft and using evil spells and unleash the beast that was within. I thought she would have been possessed first. Even the cover, look at it. Do you see a Suzanne there? That's Angela. Come on! It didn't last that long, right until Suzanne decided to kiss Angela. And I mean a real ass kiss, like mouth to mouth, tongue to tongue detaching. Ooh, that was really kiki. So now the group decided to go in their separate ways just to check out the house. Stooge went with Suzanne. Julie went with jockey punk ass boyfriend, who's merely not really interested in her. I knew she was interested in Suzanne. She could even tell because she looked at her ass. And Sal decided to stay with Angela. So now these two, both Suzanne and Angela, having their own game, and by there we see them starting to transform into their own terrifying demon. And that's where the fun really began. The effects were very amazing and very gory, especially with the makeup and how they made them into like real demon monsters. We only just see is Angela, Stooge, and Suzanne's demon transformation, and the rest they were just only dead, just coming back from the dead. And this was kind of a rip-off of Evil Dead. I just realized that for some odd reason. Night of the Demons really defined of the terror and showing the worst fear of all, and what would happen if you did mess with a haunted house. You wind up becoming possessive and turning yourself into a demon as well. Then again, maybe there's some demons around here. Even at my base, I have demons everywhere. But most likely, they always come by as the dark woods. And I haven't been there for that long. I got planned out of a day to get back to the woods and just see what's really going on. And I hope I don't have any trespassers there. So everybody was getting killed off one by one, and the two heroines, which are Julie and Roger, they try to get away all the demons and try to how to figure out to get out of the house. Warning, there will be spoilers, so if those of you have not seen Night of the Demons, you might as well skip to this time frame right there of my final thoughts. So I'll be waiting for you in about 4 or 3 seconds. Time's up! Spoiler time! So eventually both Roger and Julie got away from both Demon Stooge and Demon Angela, and somehow they were in some sort of a boiler room or something. I don't know what it was. I forgot what was the name of it. Luckily, Julie did lock the door, but they were knocking on the damn door so loud it really scared Roger to death. I think at this point on, he already shit his pants. So now when those two got in, and Julie just broke in the pipe, using the light, making it as a flamethrower, and burning both Stooge and Angela, burning them alive. They were still running away, even they were on fire. Angela was still alive, just only burned to a crisp. But technically, everybody that died have came back from the dead, and most likely they were all possessed. So eventually, Roger, as a coward as he is now, he just decided to threw himself out of the window for a change. He thought he was dead, but technically, he was still alive. You know what I was really disappointed about this movie? That Sal had to die, and he had to be possessed. I was rooting for that guy. He was the coolest, badass dude ever, and I thought maybe for sure that both Julie and Sal would have been hooking up by now. I thought for sure he would have been the main hero and he would have got the girl. But no, it had to be Roger. The fucking coward had to be him. Why? So by there they found the wall, and which originally it was supposed to be a gate. That was a little bit of a tip. So by there, Roger and Julie tried to get away from the demons. Roger got out of there just in the nick of time, but Julie was stuck with these demons and they were trying to grab her down and to become as one of them. So finally, Roger grew a pair of balls. Now at this time, he was the hero. And he saved Julie and he got the girl. So on the next day, both Julie and Roger were a little terrified and very tired from all that running and screaming a lot from these demons. And of course, there's this old man who's such a schmuck. I'm telling you, he's the one that's going to die. But later on, guess what? My wish came true. He finally did die. And how did he die? Well, remember he put the razor blades in the apples and it was going to be meant for the kids whenever they trick or treat? Well, it backfired because eventually his wife made was homemade apple pies. And plus it had the razor blades inside of the pie. He got the razor inside of him and just cut him right to his neck and died instantly. Now that was a great ending. Here's my final thought. Night of the Demons is the glorious, horrifying movie. It may not have been a big, huge successful in theaters, but it turns out to be a horror classic cult. Eventually, including with all the characters, they were very interesting, and the storyline was a little tops and turns, even though it was kind of complicated. But other than that, it is worth watching, and including they did have some 2 sequels and a remake as well. But it's not as better than the first one, I'll give you that, because honestly, it is worth watching, including with the music background, the theme of the intro, and the anime sequence. That was definitely terrific. If those of you have not seen Night of the Demons, then you should watch it, you guys. It is terrifying, and it will shit your pants. I shit you not. To rate and grade this film, for Night of the Demons, I'll have to give this a 8.5 out of 10, equals to an 85%. So the grade will be a B+. For this horror film that came out in the late 80s, definitely worth watching. It's really terrifying. It is almost a combination between Halloween and The Evil Dead. So it's like 2 movies bashing into one ultimate horror classic ever. It is special to watch it on a Halloween day, or in October, or any other month of some sort, if you guys really up for the challenge. So would I recommend you guys to watch Night of the Demons? Yes. And I also strongly recommend that you watch this movie in the dark, because it's way better than watching in the light, unless you're too chicken. So yes, Night of the Demon is worth watching. So, I want to wish you all a happy Halloween, and catch you on the flip side.